Hi, friends. So, today I want to talk about something that I think it's very important for everyone to remember. And I'm sure that everyone that is listening to this will be able to relate to this because every single one of us goes through this in our lives. Every single one of us, with no exception. We all we all have that moment in our lives at some point. It's just the way life works. So, what am I talking about? I'm talking about the fact that you're not broken. If you ever had that moment in your life where you questioned yourself in that manner, where you asked yourself that question, maybe it's me. Maybe there's something wrong with me. Maybe I'm just broken. Stop. Don't do that to yourself because that's not true. That's not true at all. There's nothing broken about you, there's nothing wrong with you, especially if you're doing your best to be the best version of yourself and to embody who you truly are, your authentic self, that part of you that makes you feel really good about yourself. See, that's the thing. We need to we need to find those pieces of ourselves, those precious pieces of ourselves that we forgot about. Because somewhere along the way, we forget these things as we grow up. When we're kids, everything is beautiful, everything is perfect, everything is paradise. For a very short, brief moment and phase of our lives. This is not hyperbole. Go to a public place, a park, anywhere where there's a bunch of like little kids playing and running around and observe them. See how they act. See their behavior. And do that more than once. Do that multiple times. Go to different places and you will see exactly what I'm talking about. Because when we're that young and we're children, we know these things. But as we grow up and our parents, frown upon us being ourselves, because that happens pretty much all the time. I'm not going to say 100%, but it happens. It happens way more often than it doesn't. And I've said this before too. Blessed are the children that don't have parents that somehow, you know, do not like whatever type of behavior you may have when you're little. And I'm not talking about misbehaving, okay? Don't get it wrong. I'm not talking about misbehaving. I'm talking about those unique things and aspects and parts of yourself that make you who you are, make you special. Because everyone has these things, right? But for some reason, society has deemed that these qualities, these things are not good. And then you grow up and you're told not to do certain things, not to be a certain way because of all these like rules and things that have been set up for everyone. And then you become an adult and then stuff happens in your life, and then there comes that day where you ask yourself that question. Maybe I'm just broken. Maybe it's me. It's got to be me, right? But no, there's nothing wrong with you. Don't ever tell yourself that. And if you did it in the past, that's okay. I think we all do these things. But just understand that there's nothing wrong with you, absolutely nothing wrong with you at all. We just kind of gotta collect those pieces of ourselves that really makes us who we are, that are the best things about us. Gather that all back and put it back together. And then everything begins to make sense again. No one is broken. No one can be broken. You know, there's that saying, what doesn't break you makes you stronger. And nothing could be further from the truth, because nothing can break you. There is nothing that cannot be fixed outside of genetic defects and things of that nature, right? Some types of illnesses and diseases. Well, that's something that, it's just, if it's in your life, just understand that it might be something of karmic nature or whatever, but that kind of stuff, until medicine evolves to another level, there's nothing we can do about it. But everything else outside of that, everything that's on a psychological level, on an emotional level, and things of that nature, that's all fixable. Whatever it is, if there is even anything to be fixed, right? I'm not judging. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with you. But perhaps there's something about you in your life that you would like to improve about yourself, make it better. And the way you do these things is, remember who you are. You're not broken. You're human. That's what it means to be human. There's ups and downs in life. Things happen. Sometimes there are things that are outside of our control. Although I've said many times, and I'll say it again, that most aspects of your life are under your control. You can control a lot of things, but yeah, there will be things that are outside of our control, right? There will be some external factors, certain things that we can't control. And that's just part of life. And the sooner we learn these things, the better our lives will be. The faster we will recover from failure, from not doing something right. And every time we learn and we get at it again, we get better. We improve. Practice is the key for anything. We gotta practice. And that's pretty much it. It's not a mystery at all. So I think that because of all these things about life that we really don't have control about, which is, the way we are educated and all of these things, right? All these external things that I've talked about many, many times. These things are the things that contribute the most for us to be a certain way about certain things, and that's why sometimes people struggle really hard with certain things, certain aspects of their lives. But just because you're struggling with something, it's not the end of the world, right? And don't take that kind of stuff personal either. That's the other thing, that this is what we all do. Everything we do something, we try to do something, we try to make a change, we decide to, I can do better. I will do better. There will be some challenges and some things along the way that are going to be there. It's the way it's the way life tests you, and really puts you to the test when it comes down to certain things. And it's like, you know what? You really want to do this? Let's see how much you really want to do this. Let's see how convicted you are. Let's see what kind of resolve you are. Let's see if you're the type of person that gives up after the second or third try. And all of these things, right? Because this is what a lot of people do. They decide to make a change. They decide to do something with their lives. They want to do something. They want to change. They want to have a better life. They want to be a better version of themselves. Whatever that's related to, right? And then they just give up. They just give up. They don't try hard enough. They're not they do it to a certain extent and degree, but then they give up. And I'm here to tell you, don't give up. Because sometimes we're like this close to get where we want to achieve that. And then we just throw in the towel and we give up. That door was just about to open. You were so close, within reaching range. And then you gave up. You have absolutely no idea how often this happens to just about everyone out there. And then what do they do? What do people do? They blame themselves. But before they blame themselves, they blame everything else. Then after some time goes by, they finally realize it was their own fault. And that's when they do realize that, because sometimes people don't, they just be in denial. And they will find every single excuse and reason to why something didn't work out or whatever it was, right? When it had nothing to do with the excuses or reasons or the things that they were looking for, but everything to do with the fact that they just gave up when everything was about to change. And I'm here to tell you and to remind you, don't give up. Don't give up on yourself. There's nothing broken about you. There's nothing wrong with you. The human spirit is unbreakable. It's unshakable. It's part of your nature. It's this primal part of us that we're always forgetting about. Look at the history of the human race. Look at all the stuff we've been through. All the wars, all the problems, all the fights, all the battles. Famine, disease, sickness, all kinds of stuff that happened throughout the history of mankind. And we're still here, are we not? Do you know why that is? Because of the human spirit. Because the thing that we're best at is survival, is overcoming. Is finding solutions to the problems, figuring out a way around it somehow. The ingenuity, this innate smart capability that we have of trial and error and just keep going. Persevere. Push forward no matter what. This is what our ancestors have done for countless generations. This is what everyone has done before us in this planet, this place that we all live. Think about that for a minute. I don't think a lot of people think about these things. I really don't. Because we're so busy, right? Worrying about stuff that we shouldn't be worrying about. Because that's the mind. That's the ego. It likes to distract us, be in control. So we don't look at the things that matter in life. We don't look at the things that we should be looking at. That will improve our lives immensely in so many ways. So again, there's nothing broken about you or anyone for that matter. I know. I know. I've been there too. I'm not excluded. Why do you think we're having this conversation? I've been there. I know. I know what it's like. Trust me on that. But there comes a time in our lives where we finally click. We finally realize, you know what? This is not true. This is a lie. This is how they want us to think of ourselves. That we're small, that we don't matter in the grand scheme of things. That life will go on no matter what. But when everyone is acting that way, thinking of themselves that way, it doesn't really help the whole of humanity, right? We need people that are capable of pushing boundaries, of overcoming, of becoming a better version of themselves. That's what we need right now, more than we ever had. There are so many challenges and things ahead of us because things are changing so rapidly now in so many ways with the advent of technology and all this, and people are becoming more and more distant from one another. Instead of working together towards a common goal, which should always be the betterment of all of mankind as a whole. Call me a dreamer all you want. I'm never going to stop thinking about this because I know that even though I may not live long enough to see these things come to fruition, they will. One day. I don't know how long it will take, how many generations, how many years, but it'll happen one day. You know why? Because of the human spirit. That's why. It will. You better believe it. So, stop telling yourself these things. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not broken. You're a human.